Hi, welcome to Bethany Games. I am back. I took a couple weeks off just to recharge and focus on my mental health a little bit. But I am back and so pumped for this build. It is directly related to the Let's Play series that I'm doing, where I play as a mermaid. And I will link that playlist at the end of the video if you're interested. It is so much fun. I have always wanted to be a mermaid. Don't really know why, I just always thought they were really cool. And so in that Let's Play, I kind of restrict myself to only play in the world of Sulani, which is the world that came with island living. And so in Let's Play, I decided, I kind of made like a little promise that I was going to build up the world a little bit rather than just have the basic EA community lots and whatnot to explore, because they're not that fun to explore. And so I decided to make the first of my own. And so today I am building a resort and spa. And yeah, I am so excited to explore this in my Let's Play, which I will be doing in my next episode. So stay tuned if you are interested. I hope that you are. So right now I have worked out the outside. It's not really based on anything, like the floor plan or anything. It's completely just what worked. The only thing that is kind of based on something else is that, just for ideas, I googled Disney resorts. I think the specific picture that I looked at was in Hawaii, and I'm not entirely sure. I could be totally wrong. Might not even have been a Disney thing, but I think I googled that. But it was just the color scheme of just white, really white walls and a red roof. I thought was really pretty, and so that's really the only thing that's inspired by something else. Everything else is just in my head. So I'm just working on the outside right now, figuring out the fencing, and this build was just, I had such a fun time building it. It's so different than anything else that I've built, and it's really inspired me to get into building community lots, because I don't normally build them. I always just build houses. I'll even create a family and design a house around them, and that's pretty much what I'll do. But lately I've been kind of on a community lot thing. I don't know, I've just been really into doing it. So spoiler for my next video, I'm doing a community lot in Del Sol Valley, which is the world that came with Get Famous, and it's kind of like Los Angeles typed world, and I built up this community lot, which I am still currently in the middle of building. But so it features a yoga studio, a karaoke bar, a nightclub, a cafe, and an arcade. I think that's everything, but I'm so pumped for that. Just having it's very city-like, of all these different businesses in this one city block, and just having tons of stuff to do. And that was really inspired by this build, which was originally just going to be a spa, and then I decided that I would do a couple of rooms above it, in case you wanted to stay there. You could, Sulani's not a vacation world, so you don't officially go on honeymoon or vacation there, but you could pretend because you can stay in a community lot as long as you want, so you'll be able to meet all your needs while you're there, because there's full bathrooms, bedrooms, so you can pretend that you can play as though your sim is really at a resort, and yes, it's a fairly small resort, but Sulani's kind of a very homey, like it's not really a big touristy island because we don't have hotels in The Sims. um, However, sorry, that was like a little jab at them. I'm a little salty over the whole Star Wars pack fiasco, as is most of the community. And like, just the worst part of it, I think, is that Star Wars was the least popular choice in a poll done by, like, voted for by people in the Sims community, and hotels was number one, and so that was just a little dig at them. And I love Star Wars, so it's bad one. But but I don't know. I will probably get the pack eventually, but I don't think that it's worth full price as much as I've seen. Although I would argue that most packs aren't. So, or really that any packs aren't. I'm not sure I've bought any at full price. At least expansion packs. I might have bought like a stuff pack at full price or something, because like they're not that much. But and I love the stuff packs. Some of them are really cool, and like because like I think because like expectations are lower for stuff packs versus expansion packs. And this is a game pack. A Star Wars pack is a game pack. But like expansion packs and game packs, I think the expectations are a little bit higher because they are a bit more money, and like they are made out to look like really cool and like as if they're going to be adding so much stuff to the game, but then they're not really. They're kind of a little lackluster, especially in comparison to previous editions of the game and Sims 3. Sims 3 was amazing. If only it worked. Anyway, so I am designing the floor plan inside of the resort. The lower level is mostly just a lobby and seating area. There is some change rooms as well as the yoga studio. The second floor will feature a massage room, as well as, I don't really know what you call them. Yeah, there's a bed with a massage. Sorry, there is a room with some massage tables in it. So call it what you want. And then there's also a sauna. And then the top floor is two different hotel-styled rooms that your Sims can stay at, or even if you just spend the day here, you could just, and your needs are running low, you can just do a little recharge, good to go. So yeah, you could really stay at this lot as long as you needed. Come to think of, oh no, problem solved. Sorry, I was thinking, I don't know how you would eat, but I do build a bar on the back balcony, which is actually my favorite part of the whole build. I had so much fun building it, and I think it turned out so cool, and I'm really proud of it. So I'm really excited to get to that point, and you will see. I hope that you like it as well. Yeah, I love building in this world so much, especially like this summer flew by, and like I think most people didn't really get a summer. I know I didn't. Like, it's not like we could go on vacation or anything, and so, or like even to like the beach was not really a great idea. I know that you could technically do that in some places. In most places I think beaches were open actually, but might not have been the greatest idea. But I don't know, you do you, boo. But yeah, so this is kind of like a way to, like, playing in the world of Sulani is kind of a way to like get that kind of summer vacation without putting yourself or anybody at risk. So that's always nice. Yeah, so working on the landscaping, a lot of my builds, I don't add that much to like landscaping. I will usually keep in the plants that are just put in the lot and just move them around to fit the build, and then like duplicate them to add more. Like, I'll add a bit of my own, but landscaping is probably the thing that I'm like least interested in. Oh, right now I am starting on the outside bar area. Yeah, I I love this. I think it turned out really well. Um, yeah, I'm starting to think of like anything else to say about it. Like I just think it would be so much fun. Like just I want to be there. Basically, every time I see it, I just want to be there. And like that cute little sign with like chalkboard, uh, like with like the coffee cups and stuff. I just that really set the tone for the rest of it, and it's so cute, and I love it. And yeah. So yeah, I think I'm going to have my sim hang out here a lot. I love it. It's a lot better than the sandbar, which is her current go-to place to socialize. But also, fun fact about this place is that it's super close to the volcano, and it's one of the traits is that it's like a volcanic like hotspot type thing. Like so there should be like little bits of like volcanic ash and whatnot falling from the sky. So I think that'll be really cool. I said my house is that too, but I have yet to see anything from it, and I'm wondering if this might be more likely since it's literally right at the volcano. So I'm going to also have my sim go explore that area as well, and super pumped for that. Um, but yeah, how much fun would it be to just sit on, just sit there. Like I think it's so cute. I love the style of it. It's so summery and outdoorsy, and all the plant life. It's the dream right now. It's the dream. Anytime I would just love to just live in a tropical getaway. That's the ideal place to be. Oh, but yes, these bushes are so cute. They came with Island Living, as did most of the plant life, I believe, that is being placed. Um, yeah, they're one of the newer items with that pack, and I only got this pack, as I've mentioned in my other videos, I guess a couple months ago at this point. And so a lot of this is still so new to me, and I know this pack came out more than a year ago at this point. So I'm so late to the game on it, but I am loving it because literally I'm just having the best time playing with it. I think it's my favorite. The Island Living, I think, is my favorite expansion pack thus far. I like Discovery University as well. I like the aesthetic of it. I love all the clothes. The clothes on the pack are flawless. They're all amazing. The actual part of going to university, though, can be such a pain. It just takes so long. And it's a lot of work. Like, I guess it makes it more realistic. Like, you basically have to pretty much just do schoolwork for like a week, but then you get the weekend off and you can do fun stuff with that. So like I am currently playing with that as well, but I'm not doing it as a let's play. I'm kind of just doing that on my own time, and it's my first time with my sim going through this university. I also had the university in The Sims 3, and I think I actually had a lot more fun with The Sims 3 university, to be honest. Like I feel like that could have just been the sim that I chose to go with though. But I repeated university in The Sims 3 a lot. So the sim that I'm currently going through, like she went kind of a bit later in life. She's already engaged, and I'm gonna on one of the weekends I'm gonna have them go get married, and maybe they'll come and stay at this hotel and resort and spa in Sulani as their honeymoon. I think that would be fun. But yeah, versus my other sim, sorry, when I played with Sims 3, the university version of that, like I'd always have my sim going to like parties and doing a lot of juice stands or whatever it's called, because I know it's not technically. I think you're I think it's still called a keg stand, but it's supposed to be that the keg is full of juice in The Sims rather than, we all know it's beer, but yeah, just, and I think it also, like, I played that when I was in university, so I was having a lot of fun doing all the parties and stuff. Versus now, I played it basically as myself, because like I also went back to school later in life, and definitely a completely different mindset than the first time around of just wanting to socialize, and versus like the second time I went back, I was very just focused on my studies. Um, but yeah, so I guess my difference in this playing kind of reflected on myself, which is kind of interesting. I never thought of that before. So in the yoga studio, I am just trying to add little touches to make it a kind of like business touches to make it just look like it's actually a business. Often when I try to make community lots in The Sims, I've struggled to make them actually look like a community lot. Like, it'll often just kind of still look residential. And so just kind of like trying to, like, just having like the signage and stuff can just really make that defining point. I love that little life preserver that I put on the wall, and that was really cute, and just went along with very like beachy vibes that obviously a beach resort should probably have. Oh, something that I love to do in yoga studios whenever I make them. There's like these little towels that came with the base game that like I like to size up to make them look like they're just like extra mats, ready to go. Or even just like bigger towels, because like they kind of just, before you size them up, they kind of just look like hand towels or something. Like they look fairly small, and then once you size them up, like they look like they really do, I think, look like extra mats for the studio. And so that's just a neat little trick that I thought was cool. And then in every room, I always love to add lots of plant life. Just to make it more just a little prettier, I guess. Who doesn't love some greenery? I always have way more plants in The Sims than I would ever have in real life. I have like one plant in my house, and it's one that like I barely ever have to water. Like, it's pretty self-sufficient. Because I don't know, they can be expensive, and also like you take care of them a lot. Um, at least a lot of them you do. Anyways, upstairs I'm figuring out the floor plan for the 2 hotel rooms. I kind of struggled with them a little bit, trying to figure out what to do with the hallway area. I do end up adding a laundry room. I don't really know why you'd want to do laundry on vacation, but most usually you have that option to do it. I don't usually. I done it like one time. Usually I'll just bring home all my clothes and wash them when I get home. But yeah, so if anything, I guess did make it a little bit more realistic. But yeah, so having that hallway, because like I don't normally like to have hallways in The Sims. They're just kind of pointless rooms, and they just kind of, I don't know, they look weird. Just long, boring rooms, basically. But I feel like this one worked, and so it kind of probably made sense. Yeah, so just figuring out some. Ooh, onto the lobby. Okay, I think this room turned out really well too. You'll probably notice like there's a few areas that I definitely like will pay much more attention to, and will clutter up more, and like just make make them a little bit homier. And then other rooms I just kind of like plop in the necessities and just move on. And I might edit them in the future once the more that I play with a lot. But but yeah, the lobby and the bar were two areas that like I was just the most excited for, and so I think I just spent the most time in just trying to like perfect them a little bit, or like just really make them just more realistic, I think, and more as if people really go there. So you may notice I have changed of clothes. I filmed this voiceover in two parts, and actually quite a bit away from one another. So I started recording the voiceover, and I don't know, I think I just was tired and I just didn't have the energy to finish it. I don't know. But yeah, and so in between that, in the following week, I made the 4th episode of my Let's Play where I played through the Island Living expansion pack of, I just played through as a mermaid. If you're interested, please check it out. I have so much fun with it. It is my favorite thing that I do. Yeah, it's just fun. Who doesn't want to be a mermaid? Actually, I know a lot of people don't, but I really want to be one, and I love the pack. So yeah, it's just me playing through it. But yeah, so I went ahead and filmed the 4th episode of that series in between when I started this video and now, so clothes change. If you notice, you might not have. Yeah, so I'm back, and also related to that is that in the 4th episode, I basically just sent my sim to this community lot and just spent the day at it. That was the entire episode because I was so happy with the build. I just wanted to play with it, and so I needed an excuse to. And yeah, it went really well. We had a good day. The only issue was that we weren't actually able to enroll in a yoga class because they filled up so fucking quickly. Excuse my language, I get very heated. It's a very sensitive topic. But yes, the other sims just enrolled in it so quickly that my sim was not able to, and it was extremely frustrating. I've had this issue before too. When I've gone to like yoga classes before, because I usually put them whenever I make like a gym, I'll usually throw a yoga studio as well, and I have had issues with it before, which is really annoying. Yeah, not the end of the world. Like, I think it's easier to get into the next class than the first one, but it's just annoying when it happens. Yes. Anyway, I love this color scheme that I do with the blue and yellow furniture. It's so summery and lovely, and it's bright, and I just think it looks really nice. I know I would want to like just chill out and spend the day on those couches. And that painting in particular, with like the sunshine, I find like in houses it's not really something that you get to use a lot. It's kind of like, it's very bold and out there, versus like in this build it just fit in so perfectly. So that was really unusual, but also wonderful. That's a good thing about building community lots, and I don't often build community lots, so it's kind of like extra new to me. Just being able, like, there's so many different items and styles that you can use with it that you don't typically do with like just building houses. It's just completely different aesthetic and different furniture items, and so it's like a whole new game really, because like it's just so different than what you're used to. And that's really inspired me to build different community lots, as I mentioned earlier, in like a different community style lot that I'm building. And like my next thing that I want to build, I'm thinking, is a beach restaurant to go with to add on to Sulani is like another place that my sim and my Let's Play can visit and explore, as like an alternative to the sandbar, where she's apparently a regular. But I gotta change that. I'm also thinking I'm going to do a cast, like a create a sim video where I just like make a household of mermaids and like build a home for them, and then she's just gonna like befriend them and have like a mermaid squad. Because having friends has been something that like I've really struggled with in the Let's Play. Like for some reason everyone just seems to hate us immediately, and the conversation can seem like it's going fine, but like the relationship bar is in the red. Like it's very odd. Like I've determined that people are biased against mermaids, and so that's really frustrating. And so I'm feeling like we need a mermaid squad. I feel like that would be fun. It'd also be a fun thing to do, to just make a bunch of mermaids and like all different styles. But yeah, like because she was the first mermaid that I made. The first thing ever that I did with this pack was make her. Her name was Ariella Poseidon. I know, very original. But yeah, and I would love to make like more like dark styles, because she's very like pinks and blues, and like only classic like green tail and red hair. You can't not do that. But like just make like a ton of different mermaids and like different styles, and also take the time to like make a house for them. Sorry, I was just talking too fast there. I got really excited. I think that would be super fun. And I haven't done any cast related videos. I technically recorded one where I just talked about Batman characters. I made a cast related to Batman people, but like DC related characters when but then I kind of felt like too much time had passed, and because it was like when a bunch of stuff had been released, a bunch of news had been released about like, the future of DC, and I was like super late on editing it, and so yeah, it was like from like a month ago, and then yeah, so I don't think I'm gonna end up posting. I don't know, who knows. But anyways, back on track. Making the hotel rooms now. They are complete opposites. One is more of a beachy theme, while the other is more of a jungly theme. Both are representing different sides of Sulani. And I think that's really fun. Like, they're opposites, yet still super, like, on point. When I was here, I had my sim stay in the jungly theme one, just because it's a little more colorful. It's a little bit more my style. I love lots of color. Versus like the beachy one is certainly, it's a little more beige. It's nice though. It certainly looks relaxing. Like I would love to stay there. I would love to stay in either of them, to be honest. Yeah, but who wouldn't like? Going on vacation. I don't know. It would be fun. Even with being so close to Volcano, I think this would be a very relaxing getaway. Anyways, just wrapping up now. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you please like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. I hope that this video is finding you well, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.